Hello and welcome to another lecture on switch mode power converters. In my previous lecture, we started looking at the buck switching regulator. We saw its operation during the T on mode as well as during the T off mode, and we also established that the average output voltage of a buck switching regulator is equal to VDC times T on over T, where T on over T is also called the duty cycle. So if you haven't seen my previous lecture, you can click the link here and see it. In today's lecture, we would be looking at the feedback control loop and how it is designed for a buck switching regulator. We sample a part of the output voltage, which is then compared with a reference voltage, and we want our output voltage to track this reference voltage. This difference is then passed through a PWM modulator and compared with a triangular signal to generate a pulse width modulated signal, which then controls the base of the transistor. So it seems a bit complicated, but let's take it step by step. So I sense a part of the output voltage here. Let me call this V sen, which would be equal to V naught times R2 over R1 plus R2. This is nothing but a voltage divider here. And I compare this with a certain reference voltage. So I want my output voltage to track this reference voltage. So V ref minus V sen. This is what I want to minimize. So I call this signal VEQ, which is at the output here. VEQ is then compared with a triangular signal, and the output is then a pulse width modulated signal which controls the base of this transistor. So it's better to take some values. Let's say I want my reference voltage to be 5 volt, and what I am sensing here right now is 4 volts. So VEQ would be equal to 1 volt. The triangular signal here, Vt, and its amplitude is usually around 3 volts. And this signal is VEQ, which is the difference between the reference voltage and my sensed voltage. And here we have assumed that VEQ for this first example is equal to 1 volt. So this sawtooth waveform is compared with the error signal and generates a PWM output. So wherever this sawtooth voltage is less than the error voltage, the controller outputs a positive pulse. So in this range, there is a positive pulse here. And wherever the sawtooth waveform amplitude is higher than the error signal, it outputs a 0. So I get a pulse like this over one period. So this is one period. So this period during which the output pulse is positive, we call it as T on, and this period during which the output pulse is a 0, we call it T off. And this is the pulse width modulated voltage which drives the base of the transistor. Since the error voltage here, VEQ, is less than the reference voltage was 5 volt, and there was a positive error. The sensed voltage was 4 volt. So the controller has a higher T on compared to T off. And if you recall from last time, what I derived as the output voltage is equal to T on over T times VDC. So VDC is the input voltage. So the controller increases the on period. So this here increases, and as a result, the output voltage increases. So this is negative feedback control. Wherever the sensed voltage is lower than the desired output voltage, the controller increases the on period so as to make the output voltage higher. Now let's see what happens when, due to a sudden transient, VDC increases. So when VDC increases, the current to the output increases, which means that the sensed voltage here increases. So let's say that the sensed voltage now is, we sense, is equal to 6 volt due to a transient. So in this case, V equivalent would be which is Vref minus Vsen. This would be equal to minus 1 volt. So let's see how the feedback loop will take care of this sudden transient in the input voltage. So now we want to see for the case where the error voltage is minus 1 volt. So let's plot on this diagram an error voltage of minus 1 volt. So this corresponds to an error voltage of minus 1 volt. Since the peak here is 3 volt, this is 1 volt, so minus 1 volt would be approximately at this point. Now we can plot the pulse width modulated signal corresponding to this error voltage. So here I've plotted these lines as solid to distinguish them from these dashed lines. So here as well, as long as the sawtooth voltage is less than the error voltage, I get a positive output pulse. And wherever it exceeds the error voltage, I get a zero output pulse. So I can plot my output pulse like this. So now you can see that T on of the pulse has shrunk quite a lot, and the T off duration of the pulse has increased considerably. So going back to our relationship of the output voltage, V naught is equal to T on over T multiplied by VDC. So since the error in this case is negative, which in other words means that the sensed voltage is greater than the reference voltage, thus T on is decreased by the controller so as to reduce the output voltage and bring it closer to the reference voltage. So this is classical negative feedback control, and I hope this explanation was clear to you. In the next lecture, we'll continue further on our lecture series on buck switching regulators, and we'll see how we can derive relationships for the inductor as well as the capacitor from the waveforms of the current as well as the voltage ripple. Thank you very much, and see you in the next lecture.